Hello students, my name is Miss Essian Elizabeth and I'm here to take senior secondary school economics. Under it we have the topic agriculture in economics. Now we go to the definition of agriculture. Normally we all know that agriculture is the cultivation of land, rearing of animals and fishery for man's use. In the board here we have agriculture is being defined as the production of animals, fishes, crops and forest resources for the consumption of man. This is just telling us about what we do in our everyday lives, going out to the farm, planting, rearing of animals, selling of animals, selling of crops. Then we go to the components of agriculture. What are the components of agriculture? We have one, crop production. Crop production. This involves planting of crops. Two, we have livestock. This involves rearing of domestic animals. Domestic animals such as goats, pig, fish, snails, they are all domestic animals. Number 4, you have fishing. This involves breeding and catching of fish from the river for human consumption. It is involved when you breed fish or you catch fish for man's consumption. Then we go to the system of agriculture. There are systems of agriculture. They have system. Everything in life has system. One, we have peasant farming. This involves cultivation on a small scale of land, which is acre of land. And this peasant farming deals with a man and his family having a farmland, cultivating on it for their own consumption, not for commercial consumption. 2, we have plantation farming. This involves the use of large estates of land permanently planted with economics or commercial crops. It is also known as commercial farming. That is cultivating a very big area of land, not done by one man and his family, but not for only home consumption, but for sales, to sell out. 3, we have the mechanized farming, which is also known as the mechanization or mechanized farming. This involves the extensive use of machines and other types of advanced mechanical device in agricultural products. This is just telling us how farming is involved with using machines and other mechanic devices. Machines like what? Your tractor, your bulldozer. Then we go to number 4, cooperative farming. This is a type of farming that farmers come together to form a sort of association or union. I'll take it again. Cooperative farming. This is a type of farming that farmer comes together to form a sort of association or union. In this kind of farming, you see different farmers. They come together, they decide on what to plant in a farmland or on their lands for a particular year. If they are planting corn, they come together, they tell themselves the type of corn to plant. It's just an association or a union between farmers bringing different ideas on what to plant. Then we go to the importance of agriculture in West Africa. The importance of agriculture in West Africa. Number 1, provision of food. Number 1, provision of food. Number 2, sources of raw material. Number 3, provision of employment. Number 4, source of income. Number 5, earning of foreign exchange. Now let me explain number 1, provision of food. How is agriculture important in provision of food? Men plant, or farmers plant crops for man's consumption. Just like a farmer wants to plant cassava and he processes it to become garri. After garri, then the final consumer, which is us, we buy and eat. So that's provision of food. If there is no agriculture, there will not be provision of food. We will not eat. That's what it implies. Then 2 is a source of raw material, just like going to felling of trees, like the timbers. They use it to form another thing. They are raw material. Cocoa, which we use as our tea. Then number 3, they said provision of employment. How is it important in agriculture? Now, just like the commercial farming, when they need a lot of people to harvest crops, it has given them more chance to be employed in that sector. Number 4, it said, is a source of income. Farmers do go into agriculture to earn money. That's when they sell their products, they get money. Is a source of income. Number 5, you have earning of foreign exchange. Agriculture is very important in this aspect, whereby that's how we get foreign goods and our goods. That's when imports and exports comes. Okay, then we go to the problems of agriculture in West Africa. 1, uses of crude implements. These uses of crude problems of agriculture in West Africa. But before I explain this, I'll go back to earning of foreign exchange. I want to explain more on earning of foreign exchange. This is when foreign countries, we export our goods to foreign countries, then they bring their dollar in. Or Europe, any foreign currency, they bring it in, then we use it as an exchange to them. Then we go to the problems of agriculture in West Africa. 1, the use of crude implements. What do we mean by the use of crude implements? Now, this is the use of hoe. Cutlass. In production, in agricultural production, if you use such implements, it will be slow. It won't give you fast yield. It will not give you fast satisfaction. That's why they said that's one problem, because it's not mechanized. It's going to be hard for us. Imagine one holding hoe, bending down to weed when there are chemicals. Number 2, poverty. Now, when there's no money to buy chemical, it makes the work slow, and farmers will not be able to achieve what they want to achieve like that. They don't have money to buy even their farm implements. They don't have money to buy. So it's a problem in agriculture. Number 3, you have illiteracy and ignorance. This is when farmers are not educated, because actually we need to be educated on agriculture, whereby you are able to plant what you want to plant and it will give you good yield. But since they are not educated and they are ignorant about how many years should this crop stay on the ground, or how many months should this crop, some persons now, they don't know when they used to plant yam. Some persons don't know when they plant okra, because everything has time and season. Then we go to number 4, lack of storage facility. Now, when just like some farmers now, they don't have silo to store their rice. They don't have it to store their rice. Some of them don't have yam bank to store their rice, to store their yam. So sometimes it's difficult in agriculture. It's difficult. Then number 5, you have unfavorable climate. unfavorable climate. I'll use one of the plants as an example. Now, in vegetable, when it's raining season, the leaves, sometimes when the rain is too much, the leaves do not grow well because the rain will affect the crop. It won't grow well. Now, if the thing is sunny, it shrinks. It shrinks. If the climate is sunny, it shrinks, because there are some areas you can plant some goods, some crops, and there are some areas that crop, when you plant such crop, it won't do well. Then we go to how we solve the problem. How to solve the problem of low agricultural productivity in West Africa. Number one, farmers should be well educated, just like number three, where there's illiteracy and ignorance. Farmers need to be educated on what kind of crop to plant, or the implements they should use in farming, just like the chemical and other implements. Then two, you have the mechanization of agriculture. It is very important for a farmer to use mechanized machines, to cultivate their lands. Number three, you have farmers should form cooperative society, just like when farmers come together to decide on what crop to plant, when to plant it, because it's important for farmers to have a society, a union. They should come together to decide on what crop to plant. Then number four, you have effective control of pests and diseases. This is when you have sometimes you have manure, sometimes you have chemicals for pests that will scare pests from the crops. So effective control, you must control it. Some of them, like our local one, is arches. You sprinkle arches on your crops. Then number five, you have improvement of transportation system. We should improve our transportation system. In addition on the problem of agriculture in West Africa, another one is lack of infrastructural facility. Two, another one is lack of fund. Okay, take down the assignments. List three importance of agriculture. List three importance of agriculture. List two problems on agriculture in West Africa. Then number three, list two areas on how to solve the problems. Thanks and stay tuned. Bye.